Okay, class 8, let's continue our chapter number 5, British policies and impacts. So here we go. Turn page number 63. Let's start the topic advantages to the farmers. New policies helped the Indian agricultural production in an indirect way. Indirect ways means not directly connected, not directly benefited, right? So here the first one is production was linked to the market. So production was linked to the market, direct link to the access to the market, right? Food grains as well as various kinds of cash crops. So food grains, the crops which are eatable, right? So that food grains, food crops, as well as the cash crops means the crops which we sell in the market and on money. So those crops and plantation crops also, that became very important merchandise both for the internal and external markets, or both for internal and external import and exports, right? Cotton cultivation in the black soil of Deccan. So Deccan, here Deccan consists of what? Black soil, and black soil is very good for cotton cultivation. So that Deccan received a great or a high boost because of its demand outside, right? Indian jute, tea, coffee slowly built up a profitable export trade. So, slowly, what had happened? Indian jute, tea, coffee, rubber, and this jute, tea, coffee, rubber, these are your plantation crops. So these slowly build up a profitable export trade. So export trade means these Indian jute, tea, coffee, they were slowly exported, started exporting to the other foreign countries, and India was getting foreign exchange. So, by exporting these commercial crops or plantation crops like jute, tea, coffee, rubber, India was getting foreign exchange, foreign currency, right? So, but it was the British commercial houses and their Indian agents who gained most from the trade. The benefits did not reach the Indian cultivators. So, this is clearly written here. Only the British commercial houses and their agents. So, Indian agents means zamindars, landlords, mediators, brokers, only they were benefited, and the benefits did not reach to the Indian peasants or cultivators, right? Is it clear? Okay. Children, next topic is exploitation of artisans and weavers. So, it was a time when Indian weavers and artisans were greatly exploited, right? So, exploitation means misuse, right? So historically, India was one of the leading producers of textiles. Textiles means clothes and cotton products. It was also well known for artistic handicrafts industries, which include jewelry made up of gold, silver, brass, copper, etc. So, Indian artistic handicrafts and that industries were very, very famous also, right? Indian were known for bell metal wares, marble work, carving work in ivory, wood, stone, etc. India was known for its finer varieties of cotton also. Cotton textile, silk textile was very, very, very famous. Indian silk, Indian cotton textile, right? Armenian and the Persian merchants took these goods from Punjab to Afghanistan. So these Armenian and the Persian people, merchants, traders, they came, they took these goods. These goods means these finished products which were made by the Indians, right? They took those goods and took it back to Afghanistan, right? Eastern Persia and Central Asia also, not only to Afghanistan but Eastern Persia and Central Asia also. Though most of the trade was carried through land routes, but the sea route was also used. So exporting or importing of those things were done through the land routes, but the sea route was also there. Surat, Masulipatam, and Hooghly were the most important ports which were used for trade. So, ports were also used, waterways, land route was there, and also sea route was there, and that sea ports were Surat, Masulipatam, Hooghly, etc. Right? Before the arrival of outsiders, the trade was handled by a variety of Indian merchants and bankers, and the local weavers were the main suppliers. At the initial stage, most of the weavers were happy because they started getting good payments for their production. So this is clear, children. The Indian weavers, they were very Indian weavers, Indian craftsmen, Indian farmers, peasants. They were very laborious and they were very skilled men, right? They were very skillful, we can say. So, and by exporting these products, they were getting foreign exchange. Foreign exchange means foreign currency, and and their life was very happy, and they were also very happy, right? Because they were earning so much amount by exporting those goods, right? But children, the good days lasted for only few years because East India Company, Britishers, French, Dutch, Portuguese, as we came to know that they were establishing their control over India, and what they did, uh, they all these all companies, these all companies, they established their political power in India, and they started eliminating their competitors, right? So what they did to get a regular supply at low prices, the East India Company, that means Britishers, wanted to establish a monopoly right over the trade. So monopoly right trade means, so this means exclusive control over supply and trade, supply of products and trade. So the East India Company, that means Britishers, they wanted to establish an exclusive control over the trade and right over the trade. It's written here, right over the trade, right? To do this, it took a series of steps, right? And the first step is appointing gomastas. Appointing gomastas. So gomastas were paid servants of the British government. So what they did, they eliminated, means they removed all the existing Indian traders and brokers connected with the cloth trade, and what they did, they made gomastas, they made mediator, or you can say the servants of the they made people who served British government, right? So what they the Gomastas, now what they had a direct control over the weavers. Now these it appointed paid servants called Gomastas to supervise weavers, collect supplies, and examine the quality of the cloth. So what was the what were the work of Gomastas? They were firstly, they were the servants of the British government, and what they had to do, they had to supervise weavers, Indian weavers, and they had to collect supplies, and they were supposed to examine the quality of the cloth, right? This much for today, children. We'll continue with the new topics in the next video. Till then, bye bye.